Alright lads, it is Goblin here. Today I'm doing a Skyrim class build guide. So this build, I call it the tanky or heavy archer build. Now I'm a fan of builds which are very useful in every single situation. Now the problem is, like, most people who use archery, they combine it with sneak and light armor. Now the problem with that is, you know, you're sneaking around all the time, you're using your bow, but because you're not getting hit a lot, that means your light armor skill isn't increasing at all, pretty much. And when it becomes, you know, when it gets to boss fights and you cannot just like sneak kill a boss, then you're pretty much dead in about 2 hits because your armor skill is just so low. And this build basically deals with that problem because, well, let's talk about the skills first of all. This build is really good for boss fights, really good for multiple enemies, and it's like probably the best dragon killing build you're ever going to play. Now first, our main skill is obviously going to be archery. This is what you can put most of your perks into quite early to increase your damage. But your second most important skill is going to be heavy armor rather than light armor. And this is so you can take a bit more damage. I mean, it's pretty unavoidable when you're using archery to get hit, take you down. But when there's 3 people you're meant to kill, it's pretty difficult to kill them before they reach you. So, with the heavy armor skill, you're going to have to deal with people hitting you in the head, and it's just inevitable. And no matter how well you play archery, maybe when your archery skill is high enough, then that happens less. Now the problem is with combining archery with an armor skill is that your armor skill is going to level up quite slowly, because obviously if you're killing people at range, then people are hitting you less. They will still be hitting you, you will still increase their skill, but it'll be less. So you're going to be leveling up quite slowly. If you just go for heavy armor and archery, you're going to be leveling up quite slowly, and this is why we combine this build with the crafting skills. And this isn't just obviously just to make sure you level up faster, but for smithing, you want to get smithing so you can make even tougher armor, make yourself even more tanky. And the same reason for enchanting, it's going to increase your damage in a number of ways and make you even more tanky in a number of ways. And because you're increasing about 4 skills at the same time, even if you're not getting perks in these skills, that means you're going to be leveling up probably quite fast. But I guess another example would be, like, if you're leveling up one-handed block and heavy armor or light armor, then those skills are going to be used pretty much like all the time. So that's probably like the highest leveling build you're ever going to play. But because we're implementing these 2 crafting skills, not only are you're going to make gold from this, you're going to level up a lot faster, and you're going to make yourself just generally a better toon. The only issue here, obviously with enchanting and smithing, you're going to need money. Now your gold, you cannot just spend it on horses or houses. You're going to have to spend all your gold on the iron ingots and the soul gems. You're going to have to spend a lot of gold to increase your crafting skills, and it's not really a problem because you can. A little trick, if you enchant something, even if it's a crappy enchant, like a piece of gear, even if it's really crappy, then it increases that value of the item, so you can probably just resell it, and you probably make quite a lot of your gold back. And because you're creating so many things with the smithing skill, like all your iron daggers to grind up your skill, then you've got so many things to enchant as well, which is also going to be helpful with this skill. So these 2 skills, put them together, you're going to level up quite fast, and eventually probably start making a lot of money. So the best race for this build is probably, let's do show race menu, if I spelled that right. It's probably going to be the orc. Let me go down. Oh yeah, I've got console open. So the orc is probably going to be the best spec here, best race, and this is just because of a heavy armor skill increase. The heavy armor is going to be leveling slower, so you're going to be able to get those early perks for your heavy armor skill by playing the orc. But it's not mandatory. You can also go for the wood elf for the enhanced archery. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But generally, yeah, orc is just going to be the best because of our heavy armor skill. Now, as far as attributes go, your health, magicka, and stamina. As an archer, you don't really need stamina at all. Because you're not going to be power attacking. When you zoom in, it does drain stamina, but it's not that much. You can live with it. You're never going to need any magicka at all. So each time you level up, go for health. It's just going to generally make you more and more tanky. I'm level 10, I've got 190 health already, unbuffed. So, you cannot complain. So every time you level up, get health. Now, as far as standing stones go, you've got like a number of options. You may want to go for the warrior stone, you know, early game for you know, just make sure you like level faster. Right now, I'm actually looking for the Lord Stone somewhere. Where is the Lord Stone? But yeah, I mean, your next option would be the Lord Stone. Looks like I found the Lord Stone. The Lord Stone, it's gonna, I mean, it's gonna give you your extra armor, your extra magical resistance, which is definitely gonna make you more tanky. It's, you know, you can't really argue with it. And as you can see right now, I'm only level 10 and I've got 173 armor rating with the Lord Stone, which definitely isn't bad. And the magic resist from it, you can stack with your really good enchanting as well. So yeah, but your other option is the Atronach Stone. Now, the interesting thing about the Atronach Stone, you might think, oh my god, I can't fast travel. Little trick: if you can't fast travel, open console, kill all. Everyone's dead. Then you can fast travel. So I mean, the Atronach Stone, you may think, you know, it's only a mage stone, but really it isn't. Because of that, oh, there's a dragon. Because of this, like, magic regen debuff, I think it's actually pretty useful for those kind of builds which aren't going to use a lot of magic. The magic resistance you're going to get is going to help a lot with taking down Draugr, then your random necromancers, and definitely your dragons. So what the magic regen resistance is 50, which is, you know, it's not bad at all. Obviously you're not going to get your armor rating, so really it's up to you. But it's also quite useful because you're going to get a little bit of a boost to magic. So, you know, when you're in those situations where you're against a dragon, you can't really do anything to the dragon, even though he's like, you know, like smothering you in fire breath and crap, and you're like, well, hey, come on, you're going to come down and fight me or what? And you can, when that is happening, you can get your healing spells open, even if you're not as skilled in restoration. But it may actually be worth to get a few perks in restoration. And, you know, in those situations, you just like heal through all the damage. You're absorbing the magic as well, and you know you can survive those situations. Because sometimes when the dragon finally lands, you're like half health already just because of him using his fire breath and stuff, and it's really annoying. And there's also the situations where you literally just have no health potions and you need to run the fuck away. You run around the corner and then you use your healing, and you're going to be able to use your healing for longer. And you know, the magic regen isn't really a problem because you're not going to be using your magic all the time. And obviously when you get that item where you can combine 2 standing stones at once, then you should combine the Atronach and the Lord Stone. It's just going to make you pretty immortal. The other option you may want to get early game is the Lord Stone until you get the conditioning perk, just so you can run around a bit faster. Not the Lord Stone, the Steed Stone. Now, for your dragon shouts, your best dragon shout is definitely going to be Unrelenting Force. You just cannot argue with this. He's probably still like the best in the game, even though it's like the default option. And you know, as an archer, using this shout, it's just going to keep people out of range, and it's just going to help you out generally a lot. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to use it too much because you actually do want to get hit now and again, like in the head, to increase your heavy armor skill. But there we go, someone complaining that I'm shouting. Too bad, mate, too bad. This is for a video, alright? I can shout all I want. So let's, I don't know, go for a quick recap. Skills: archery, heavy armor, blacksmithing and enchanting. For standing stones, I'd recommend the Lord Stone or the Atronach Stone primarily. For your dragon shouts, you definitely want Unrelenting Force, just to keep people out of melee range. And for your enchants, I'd recommend primarily health enchants. And then whenever you can enchant health, enchant damage. Bow damage instead. Anyway lads, that is the end of this video. I've got more builder videos coming soon. Builds which are going to be very similar to this build, you know, these universally quite useful builds. Anyway, my name is the Meta Goblin. Until my next video, ciao!